Alright, so for this week's videos, yes, we're still addressing the draft because the season's over, man. The season's over. We lost to the Saints. I know I'm not reacting to the Saints. I had nothing to say about the Saints. I had nothing to say. Our best two players was our rookies. That says a lot. Yeah, but I'm not saying anything about that Saints game. That's not an over. But everybody's talking. Even I'm talking about the quarterbacks. And then when after I watched the Saints game, I'm like, we really need help on the offensive line. We need guards. We need a center. The only thing we're solid at is Trent Williams. That's it. That's it. Trent Williams. Everybody else in that line can go. What's his name? Right tackle? I forgot his name. The dude that just got the old lineman that's just skinny like me. Yeah, him. He's garbage. He McGlinchey. That's his name. Yeah, McGlinchey. You thought you were good, you had Joe Staley, but I guess you were just the one-year wonder because you get put on your back a lot. Goodness gracious. Like, you can't pass protect for anything. Like, your Madden rating, 91 run blocking, I don't see it. I don't. I mean, but Trent Williams was playing, but yeah, we need help on the interior line. That might be our biggest draft need, like, to be honest, if we really wanted to speak on something. Like, offensive line might be our biggest draft need. I don't really think we need an offensive tackle because we kind of have Trent Williams. So I'm trying to see if there's, like, offensive guards that we need. Because, this right here is not it. We need guards, linemen. So we're going to look at the top offensive linemen coming out of the draft. And, here we go.
Let's talk about the sexiest position group in the NFL draft.
He must be fat.
Offensive interior, yeah. People just love them. Offensive interior, guards, centers. Oh gosh. Oh.
He must have played.
I know.
He must have played. No way you're saying that.
This is actually one of the deeper classes in this draft class, the 2021 draft class. This is a really good class, especially at the top. But before we get into that, you didn't know, I'm Steve Lauderdale, better known as What's Crackalackin'? It's your boy Baruchma, just in case you did not know. So go ahead.
So let's see what he has to say.
Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. I'm going to give you my top 10 offensive interior prospects. And keep in mind, kind of comp him, Quentin Nelson, who was just utterly dominant in 2019. But keep really flirt with being potential first rounders. But I think Davis, for me, is the for sure one. I kind of comp him.
Wyatt Davis.
Nelson, he was just utterly dominant in 2019. But keep in mind, this was his only year of starting experience.
So is the killer.
But I don't think this guy's a one-year wonder by any means. He was a solid run blocker, and he was one of the best pass protectors. He didn't allow a hit on a quarterback for over 400 pass blocking snaps. His technique's very polished. He's very strong to boot. Like I said, this guy, he gives me cool.
This is our biggest draft need. I'm not gonna lie, this is our biggest draft need. The O-line.
The Big Ten's not scheduled to play this year.
If you think about it, the quarterback class is so deep. We can get one later on and then get a guard in the first round.
But in my book,
Just saying.
he's the only guy I
mean, I still want Zach Wilson in the first round anyways, but me just being...
Trey Smith out of Tennessee. Honestly, this guy's played almost all along the line for Tennessee. He started out at right guard, I believe, his freshman season. They moved him to left tackle and then right tackle during his sophomore campaign, and then last year.
So he can play all around.
Guard, which was fabulous. It was a great idea. Good on them.
He can play
He's
all
one
around.
of the best guards in all of college football. He plays with tremendous strength. He's got very good athleticism for being 335, and he kind of like the versatility of, oh, he could play tackle a little bit. I'd still stick with him at guard. All right, I don't. He's a bit heavy-footed.
Trey Smith. Trey Smith. I was watching highlights on him. We'll probably get this video. This week we're gonna get a lot of draft prospect videos.
Of course, there is the medical red flag of
Oh,
blood clots in his lungs, where he kind of suffered.
There's always something with these linemen. There's always something with the draftees. Blood clot. I only played a year.
Very good, very good. And then at 3, I got Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. One of the best pass blocking prospects in this interior class. He only allowed a pressure rate of 1.1%. This guy, he just some scouts kind of want to knock on his athleticism. I think he's very athletic. I mean, so much so that if the Pac-12 grabs season, USC plan to move him to left tackle for the year. So the guy, I think he's got, in my opinion, he's got the athleticism. And y'all ain't new to the channel. You know I'm a sucker for athleticism. I love athleticism. And benefit of the doubt, offensive interior, that's probably the one position you could get away with not being athletic.
Yeah.
The one position.
But if you are athletic, it's literally just a plus.
With it. He could play a little. I wish he could play a little stronger. He kind of knows that in the run game, but he does have a great He's not weak by any means. And you can see that as a pass blocker. The guy's very strong. So he's got a good.
He's not a run blocker. We need like an agile blocker. Like, you know, when Madden is agile, you can do both. That's what we need.
But he's going to be declaring. They won't have a season. Hopefully, that's something he works on.
That's the one killer though. They're not gonna have a season, so it's like their first year playing in like a long time is gonna be in the NFL. That just goes to prove I really hope we have a preseason this year. Good, subscribe to him. Like the video so far.
I don't even think he's. I think.
Go ahead and subscribe to Roger.
Return and end up coming out in the 2022 draft. At least I would put money on it. I'm pretty confident, but he is a bit undersized.
How much one bet this will probably be the player they take?
Talking about it, like he is only 288, but I think he can get up to that 300. But he's the most athletic lineman in this class. He has great hands. He's very
Tyler Linderbaum.
He does have a back.
Calling it down. He's gonna be on our team. I'm calling it.
Kind of makes sense that he's very good with his hands. But again, with multiple years of eligibility and potentially no season this year for him, I definitely can see him coming out in 2022 and being maybe a potential first-round pick. And then at 5, I got Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma, and yes, let the hate come. I got a third-round grade on this guy.
Third-round grade?
I know a lot of people are going to be like, this guy's a first-rounder. A lot of people have him pegged as first-rounder. For me, I can't see it right now, simply because I think he is a guard. Just because of his height, he often gets out leveraged. Like, he doesn't lose often, but when he does, it's like
you can tell
the whole game just losing snap after snap after snap. We saw that against Alabama in 2018.
Yes, I did.
Just wreaked havoc on him. And then last year against Baylor, Ravion Roy.
I did not see that.
Overpowered him because he has trouble getting out of his stance and getting good leverage. And like by no means is he a bad player.
See, yeah, we can have that. So we have Aaron Donald.
Another guy with a wrestling background.
Yeah, we can have that. So yeah, I'm gonna pass on you too.
He's a decent athlete, and I think a move to guard would actually do him worlds of wonder. And why I have him in the third is because he's never played guard. That's the thing. He's taken like over like 1,000 some snaps from center. That's the only position he knows. So with me thinking he translates better to a guard, but not having played the guard position, I feel better about potentially taking him in the third round than I would a round earlier. So I love the prospect, but the inexperience at guard, and we want him to play him at guard as we put a third round right on.
Okay.
And then 6, Ben Cleveland from Georgia. This guy's a freak in terms of strength.
Goodness gracious, he just looks like a freak. Look at him.
Scouts think he has the opportunity to break the bench press.
Goodness gracious.
He's got a very similar vibe to like Damian Lewis. especially in that Georgia offense.
Dude, he's
It was
humongous.
But Game Lewis, he went in the third round, so I got a third round grade on Cleveland. Uh, the only thing with him, I think he handles agility a lot better than Game Lewis. That was kind of the knock on the LSU offensive line is they sucked at handling speed and just quicker pass rushers. And pass rushers or even interior rushers. But I think this guy, he's just fine. The only problem is he hasn't seen over 500 snaps in a season at all, whether it's injuries or off the field, like academic ineligibility. He's just hasn't been able over the course of the last 3 seasons been able to stay on the field. The most snaps he played in his season was 475. So if we could see him play a full season, play like 600 to 700 plus snaps, then I'm more than willing to probably keep him.
It's always something. It's always something.
If not, then
A player can never just be perfect. There always has to be something.
That's 70. Wow, 7. I got James Empey out of BYU. That BYU offensive line.
Hey man, that BYU offensive line,
is the best prospect on there.
they're getting a lot of recognition right now because Zach Wilson. I've seen so many clean pockets.
Dominant, especially in terms of true pass sets over the last 2 seasons.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody looks at him for the second round.
Interior lineman. He had third highest run blocking grade over that stretch for the interior. The guy is definitely someone to keep your eye on. He's only allowed 17 pressures and 2 sacks over the course of over 1,800 snaps. He gets to play versus the ACC this year. So expect this guy to rise up boards. That's why I got him in the third.
Because I've seen so many clean pockets.
At 1-800-CONTACTS, we're here for people like beyond that who'd rather pick up new contacts from her doorstep than her doctor. We totally get it.
And then at 8, Josh Myers out of Ohio State. He was kind of a bit overshadowed last year by Jonah Jackson and Wyatt Davis, who I got number 1 on here. But he's very good in his own right. He's got very nimble feet, being a former tackle. So he's got some solid athleticism. But you don't really see any dominant reps on tape from him. He just kind of holds his ground. I probably see him moving to guard because there are times where he does struggle at center. He allowed 4 sacks last year. And I think, again, like the same thing I talked about with Creed Humphrey, times where he would just get out leveraged. So I like him better moving to the guard position. And then 9, Darius Hutcherson out of South Carolina. I love this guy. And I swear, freaking South Carolina pulls what they did last year with him, I'm going to be pissed because it's going to hurt his draft stock. They had him play left tackle last year. He is not a left tackle by any means. He's not a tackle by any means. He is a guard. He's got a great combination of just size and power. You will not overpower this guy. I think the thing with like big knock on last season, and I even had a 7th round grade on last year, just because playing him in tackle, he doesn't have the quick feet for tackle. I think they're quick enough to play at the guard position. I think he's a high floor type of prospect who could be an immediate starter, plug and play. Like I said, the dude's ridiculously strong, and one of my favorite guys in this class. And then at 10, I got Jack Anderson out of Texas Tech. He's a guy actually I'm very high, or at least I was last year. I had him as like a sleeper of under the first round, and then he missed 8 games.
He missed 8 games. It's always something.
Win some, lose some, right? But
always
he's got
something.
a great upside. He really shows off. Well, a lot of people don't really talk about. They talk about his strength, but not his athleticism. I think he's very athletic. He's very quick, taking it to the second level and laying blocks out. And you have to be quick in that air raid offense. So the guy's very good. Like I said, the dude, everyone knows about his power. The dude's stupid strong, and I think there's another guy that can really rise his stock with a healthy season.
Yeah.
Granted, it's against the Big 12, where they typically you only see three rushers on the defensive line. So it's not like you're getting a lot of pressure there. So Big 12, there's a bit of a knock there just playing in the Big 12 for an offensive lineman. You're not really challenged, but I love the athleticism. I love the power. This is a guy I expect to rise up for. But that's it for my list.
Alright, alright. So we got a good look at the coming draft prospects for the 2021 draft class. Like I was telling you before, this is a draft need. This is a major need. Our O line sucks. Well, the interior line, like outside of one tackle, outside of left tackle, everybody else is pretty much, they all suck. I know we've had a lot of injuries on the line, but if you watched Saints game yesterday, you had Richie James wide open, but just disruption that's led the ball to be severely underthrown. There's been a lot of sacks this year, y'all. It's been a lot of hurries. I think for Kyle Shanahan to really get into depth with his offense, he's gonna need a solid O-line to at least protect for like at least 4 to 5 seconds. Like, come on now. It's laughable how bad defensive lineman is getting past our linemen like ease. Like, Mike McGlinchey, you were a waste of a draft pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. You weren't worth the first round pick. I mean, you were worth a pick, but just not that high in the draft. Like, we probably could have got you like in the second, third round. To be honest. Cause really your only solid O lineman right now is Trent Williams. Everybody else, y'all could go. The 2 players that is injured, I know there's 2 linemen on our team that's injured. I believe that's our center and one of our guards. I forget which one, but goodness gracious, we need linemen. It still doesn't excuse the fact that we're just that bad at O-line. We're just bad. We're literally just bad at O-line, and I really won't be surprised if Kyle Shanahan drafts an O-lineman in the first round. If they pass on Zach Wilson for O-lineman, I will not be pissed. I'm telling y'all that now. Like, if Zach Wilson is on the board, but a great O-lineman is on the board, I would rather take the O-lineman. I'm sorry, because, like, what's the point of drafting Zach Wilson if we're not going to have anybody to protect him? I mean, unless we're going to do the bridge thing. Matt Ryan, Zach Wilson. Unless you want to do that. Or we can even do Jimmy G, Zach Wilson. But, yeah. If we're not good at the line, it don't matter. Because our QBs ain't going to have time to get Brandon Ayuk the ball down the field. And then we're just going to keep doing these gadget plays. That's what we're going to have to do. Keep doing gadget plays because our O-line can't hold up for more than 2 seconds. Because we're just that bad on the offensive line. So y'all tell me who out of these prospects that y'all saw, who you feel we should draft. And let me know in the comments. And make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.